Hello, replay viewers, Twitter, internet, Facebook friends, periscope.tv. It's Chris Jordan, and I'm hoping to change the world by empowering others through positive engagement. Okay, we got a little bit of a different setup today. So if you're new to my scopes, my name is Chris Jordan. I am your New York, hey Mara, nice to see you again. I'm your New York employee benefit consultant, vegetable lover, further design consultant. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much for watching the entire scope yesterday. That was really, really nice of you. I do appreciate that. This one's going to be much shorter, I promise. I am a Periscope enthusiast. I officiate your wedding your way. And most importantly, I surf. And we're crossing our fingers. We may get some surf this weekend. I tell you, I got back from Costa Rica a little over a month ago, and it was an incredible Type A, Plan A vacation with wonderful, awesome waves. I think I have a picture of one over here for you. Not the best shot, but... And so I've had a little vacation withdrawal, but I'm getting back on. All right, no problem. I don't need the hearts. I appreciate you being here. So doing the dishes ties right in with what I'm trying to do here. And what I'm trying to do is do a quick vegetable caprese dinner. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's getting late. It's 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. I've been increasing my exercise, and as a result, my time has become more limited. And so this morning, I got up and I did the stairs in the stairwell, the cement stairwell. I go from the second floor to the roof, and that is 100 steps each time, and now I'm up to 10 times. So I did that 10 times this morning, about 23 minutes. And then tonight, I walked... hey, Nancy, thanks so much. Tonight, I walked 3.8 miles to the Circle off of City Island and back, and now I got in the habit of jogging across the bridge because I have these big metal plates. And I can't run still at my weight at 290 to run in the hard ground, but those metal plates are like running on the sand. Every like third or fourth step, you'll hit the middle of the plate and it'll give you some nice bounce. So what are we talking about today? So today is quick vegetable caprese dinner. And so I've been posting some pictures on our group. Thank you so much, Nancy. I really appreciate that. I've been posting a lot of pictures in the group of the caprese salads I've been having for dinner at night. And so caprese is a great way for you to have vegetables, have some herbs, actually have some fat and protein, which you're getting from the actual cheese. The other benefit is that we're having a very low caloric meal, and having lower caloric meals is going to be better for you at the end of the day. Because fundamentally, with all the fad diets and all the eating strategies that you see from many people here on Periscope, what is common fundamentally is it's food in versus food out. So if we're taking less food in, and while we're continuing to burn at a high level, we're actually doubling our chances to kind of lose weight. So what do we have? What are the ingredients? So I had some wonderful tomatoes from the co-op this week. Hey, thank you, Veronica, for coming in. I had some wonderful tomatoes this week, and I went through them. I made another caprese last night, and so what I have is, exactly, I'm making a vegetable caprese tonight. Nice quick scope. So what I have is I still have some of these wonderful cherry tomatoes from the co-op. They are delicious, and I have to tell you, it's almost a miracle that they're still here because I generally eat these on the way home because they're so, so delicious. So I've already rinsed them off. I left the stems on. So what we're actually going to do with these, start with these ingredients, is I'm just going to half them because quartering them is too tight. That's not a good example. If you try to quarter them, they get too small, and you don't want to keep the juice together because it's going to help bind all the flavors together. But look how beautiful they are on the inside. They're like a green. You see the seeds and stuff. And they're like a sun kiss, they're called, and they are actually delicious. And I'm going to look away every once in a while, which you'll appreciate, so we don't cut my finger off during the scope. This is night number 2 of a scope challenge that was issued to me by Ryan Roy to do 5 scopes in a row. Since I've gotten back from my wonderful vacation, where I showed the picture, and I'll show it again, you know, I've found it difficult to get back Periscope. It's not that I have a lot of things today. There's a lot of other things going on, and so this will help me get back on track because, as I've said before, the more you scope, the easier it becomes, and it becomes second nature. And you get so many other skills that you can apply to other aspects of your life that you get with your self-confidence, personal accountability, defining that you walk in. So this is what we got so far. We have some tomatoes, and that really isn't going to be enough tomatoes for what I want to do for dinner. So, oh, look, I still have some vegetable people from yesterday here. A vegetable pepper. We are actually going to cut into this guy, though. Vegetable cucumber. It is true. Yeah, thank you very much for your comments. And so what I'm going to actually add to here is these sun-dried tomatoes. These sun-dried tomatoes are absolutely delicious. So we're going to put 3 of these into our mozzarella caprese. It's also going to have that tomato flavor, but that sun-dried is a little more rich and dynamic. So I'm just going to look down for 1 second while we cut this. This is hard. Some of the other vegetables it's easy for you to nail in, but with these are a little slippery because they are in olive oil. And keeping that in mind, we're going to use less olive oil when we actually add olive oil and vinegar at the end with the ingredients. So far we have the tomatoes, and we're done with the tomatoes and the sun-dried tomatoes. I got these excellent green beans, and green beans aren't something that you would consider actually to eat raw or put into a vegetable salad, but I have to tell you that these organic green beans are absolutely delicious, and so it's something that you should be adding to a vegetable or a salad in an order way to consume them. And one of the other things that you learn from being part of the vegetable co-op is that you get so many vegetables, you have to find other ways to use them. So you have to incorporate them in breakfast. You have to incorporate them in snacks. So are you still with me, guys? I appreciate that. I know you can't hard. You're doing dishes. You're doing other things. But thanks so much for checking in. So we're going to cut off the ends of the string beans. We're just going to put about 6 little pieces of string beans in here. I do steam my vegetables also, and I will tell you, Nancy, that my relationship that is evolving with vegetables in that when I first joined the vegetable co-op 5 years ago, almost everything that I got from the co-op was cooked. I would steam the vegetables. Another way to cook green beans is a little garlic and olive oil. But what happens is that as you start liking the vegetables more and liking the taste, that having them raw is good. I mean, it tastes good. So, these aren't hard, like you may get. And the thing is that green beans are one of these types of vegetables like broccoli that the organic version is so dramatically different from the store-bought. So what do we have so far? Look how we're looking. Not too bad. Vegetable medley. So this is obviously 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only showing you how to make this vegetable medley, caprese, we're going to actually eat it after we're done. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to take this squash that we've had. This one's been in the fridge. It still looks pretty good. And what I like to do with my squash is I eat this raw. And eating squash raw can be difficult until you put it on the mandolin. And so what the mandolin is a flat plane where there's a raised blade about 1/8 of an inch. And what happens is, watch your fingers, but as you slide across, it comes out like potato chips. And so what I found is that this squash and zucchini also are delicious this paper thin. And they really don't need anything else. But remember, with the caprese, we're going to add some balsamic vinegar, we're going to add some salt, we're going to add some olive oil. It's going to mix with the cheese, it's going to mix with the sun-dried tomatoes. So you have one of these. I use it for everything. What I do with the broccoli is when I get the broccoli, I put the broccoli on here and go all the way down to the florets on my fingertips and throw them out because the organic broccoli is so tender. It's kind of like if you guys ever get the experience to go to a real Italian market or a real Italian restaurant and you have mozzarella for the first time, or real mozzarella like I have here, there's actually, only the last 1/8 of an inch tastes like store-bought. There's striations like every 1/8 of an inch as you go in like a 2-inch stick of a mozzarella where you have different flavors in it. So yeah, it's cool. So the mandolin is a great way. Someone last night mentioned that they got one of those veggie spaghetti things. And what happens is this goes on a spit and there's a little blade and it carves it up and makes ribbons or makes like spaghetti that you can actually steam at that point or cook with a lot of garlic and olive oil. And we're not going to have too many of these guys, even though we cut the squash, because we don't want to be overwhelmed. We want to try and even balance the plate out. And right now we get some great colors. So we're going to add a couple more things, because I promised Mara this was going to be a quick scope, and I'm already going here. Do that 6-minute song. So we're going to whip it out here. So I've already started this green pepper last night. I've watched all the vegetables. Zoodles, is that what it's called? Cool. I've seen in the aisle of the CVS that says, as seen on TV. But there are so many other cool as seen on TV things that I would get before the actual Vegerator. So, yeah. So it's pretty cool. So any way that you can trick yourself into having more vegetables, you're going to be better off. Remember, my diet starts with half vegetables every meal. Now, this is going to be a bonus meal because this is going to be almost entirely vegetables. My carbs and fat are going to come from the mozzarella, which we're going to get to next, which is in a cup of water still. All right, so I'm going to just really thinly slice the green pepper. A lot of people don't like green pepper. They like the other peppers. I like the taste of it. It's going to be a little hard, so we're going to actually, cut this into side slivers, into thirds also, about the same size as the green beans. Okay, we're going to add that there, and we'll make them right away, and then we got three more ingredients. One's going to be, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Vegetable Cucumber. I use honey to hold on the googly eyes. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, you love the squash? Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the cucumbers, and you saw last time I made something with cucumber, I didn't actually skin it. But in this case, because of the other skin, the hard skin on the green pepper, the skin that's on the outside of the zucchini, and the skin that's on the green beans is hard, I want to have something in here that's soft. So what I like to do, and you do waste some cucumbers, I trim down the edges very lightly. I actually like to hold the blade here when I'm doing fine work, like this, trimming closely. That was a bad cut. And then once you get it cut, it's funny, I saw someone making some vegetable thing today and they really like took apart a carrot and used so little of it, and I just hate wasting the food that way. I may actually go back and eat these cucumber skins after the scope is over. So we just got somebody and lost somebody. Thanks for checking in on our quick vegetable, not so quick, caprese. Okay, so now we quarter the cucumber, and the cucumber's great. It's going to add nice juice, and it's nice and soft now that we took off the skin. Thank you so much for allowing me to look down and not cut my finger off. I appreciate that. So we're going to put the cucumber in, and now we got 2 more ingredients, and we're almost done with the scope here. Because we got to eat, because now it's after 10 o'clock. The last 2 ingredients are, and I'm making a mess, and the best part about my mess, guys, is I don't clean up after the show. What happens is, hey Tessa, what happens is I get up tomorrow and I was like, oh man, I got these vegetable scraps, but I will take care of my guy here. We don't want to waste them, and we don't want to waste the zucchini, so we will take care of those. So the next ingredient in this vegetable caprese, here's what we have so far, Tessa. If you can see in here, we have zucchini, we have green beans, we have green pepper, we have sun-dried tomatoes. You just saw us put in the cucumber, and we have these little sunburst cherry tomatoes. We don't have too many of those, is why we're using these sun-dried also. So the next ingredient is, and very necessary, is this fresh, unbelievably fresh basil. Now we got this from the co-op, and what happens in the co-op for each week, we generally do get a spice. Last week it was dill, the week before it was oregano, and this week it happens to be the basil. Unfortunately, this stuff doesn't keep for too long, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull off several leaves here, quite a bit, because we're going to have it go all the way in the salad. And once you refrigerate these fresh herbs like this, it kind of takes some of the flavoring out, and so this guy did get refrigerated because I didn't want to waste them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just use our nail and run the knife down the side of our finger, and the nail's pinched in so we don't cut off the end of our finger, and trap the actual basil. And we want to kind of shred this into little ribbons, and then we're going to actually, you see it loose here, we're going to mix it in throughout the actual vegetable medley. And what's going to happen is when we add the mozzarella next, so we're going to try and add not too much, we'll add the oil and vinegar, and then we finish. We gotta have healthy eating, and like I said, a low-calorie meal. Get your vegetables in, and it's delicious is the best part. I mean, once you start having vegetables on a regular basis and really appreciate the vegetables, I mean, it'd be very hard for me to match some restaurant locally here to have this kind of like fresh ingredients. Oh, there's one place on City Island. Okay, so the last ingredient, this one's gonna be a little messy, is the actual fresh mozzarella from the Italian market. And I have a wonderful little piece left here, and we are not going to use the whole thing there, because the reason I'll tell you why we're not going to use the whole thing, even though we'd like to, is that a serving of cheese, believe it or not, is approximately 2 dice. So there's really a serving, okay? So we're going to actually have 2 servings. Maybe we'll use the whole thing. What the heck? It's just a little extra fat. Remember, I don't focus on fat. I don't think I love it. Yeah, we're going to eat it all. I'm going to put this back in the water. So what we're going to do is I'm going to chop it up, not uniform pieces. Again, we're just going to mix this into the salad here. Continue to chop up the fresh mozzarella that I got at the market. It's about $10 a pound. It is kind of pricey, but I got it, and I said to the lady in the office the other night when I made the caprese, when I got the mozzarella, it was warm. So thank you so much, Tess. I appreciate that. Good fat is great for you, like an avocado, actually, you know, much better. You know, and again, if we take a look at the old me, even me that lost 66 pounds, 4 months ago, at 10 o'clock at night, I would have got a couple slices of pizza. Maybe I would have got a sub. And so this is a way better alternative. And the best part about having veggies is I can go to sleep early. It's not going to keep me up. And so this is it, almost at the end of the salad here. Thank you very much. And so lastly, we are going to add, shoot, I was supposed to bring the spoon here. So we're going to eye this. We're going to use a little balsamic vinegar. And what we do is we just lightly sprinkle it. I already put too much on, I know. Lightly sprinkle it, and if you put too much, we'll gather in the bottom and mix with the vegetables also. And I like to add a little more olive oil, even though there's olive oil on the actual, in the sun-dried tomatoes, to help the flavors kind of mix together. I don't refrigerate it now or anything. I actually going to go right into eating it. I'm going to add some salt, and we're going to show you the final, give it a toss with the chopsticks, and get you a look at the quick vegetable medley caprese. All right, healthy choices is what we're looking for at all times. So let me get some tomatoes up on the top. Let me mix in the mozzarella with my hand here, and come on, more mozzarella on the top here. The problem with too much zucchini is it gets in the way of my beautiful shot here. Oh. So there you go. There's the finished product. The vegetable medley caprese, mozzarella caprese, cucumber, zucchini, green pepper, green beans, sun-dried tomatoes, and small sunburst tomatoes. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate your time. I know you could be doing so many other things right now. Thank you for tuning into the Chris Jordan Show. For more exciting recipes and ideas on salads, and I do have veggie wraps, you can go to my website, vegetablepeople.com. So, and replay viewers, please check us out on Facebook, Working Towards 100, a private Facebook group supporting your health and fitness needs. And right now, Mara, I'm getting really excited. I'm going to hopefully post on Monday a big win here. We saw our friend Rodney drop some different weights. He's hovering right around 260. I've been teetering at 290. I weighed myself, and I'm already under. So hopefully I'll get somewhere in 286 tomorrow or the next day when I take the picture. So thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it. Dude, not getting 8 hours of sleep. It's really funny. So Ryan is a friend of mine. So after the actual, scope train, where I'm only on for 5 minutes. This week it didn't happen, but last week and many of the other weeks, Ryan and I are usually on the phone for like the next hour and a half talking about life and everything else and other ideas. Because I get jacked up. I mean, I get so excited because I do get fulfillment from, because I believe I am helping people from doing these actual scopes. So I'm like, yeah, I get excited after. So it takes me a little while to wind down. You'd think I would do them earlier in the evening, but I'm not that smart. We're doing a learning curve. And so tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be doing a wonderful scope from the actual bar down the street. My neighbor downstairs is a fantastic drummer, and I've done the Days of Wild band before, and they're like a funk band, and they're going to be playing tomorrow night. We're going to do a little bit of Facebook, a little bit of live stream, and of course here on Periscope. So have a great night, Mara. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. I hope you're considering signing up for the train. I'm on there next week again, but we're doing 5 scopes here in 5 days to get me back into helping me find my voice, here and which direction I'm going to be heading in. So thanks again. All right, keep smiling. We'll talk to you soon. It's funny. I got a great picture. The end of the scope picture yesterday was me with the actual green pepper. Right. Bye bye.